assuming that you're actually able to get a lot done with it. And they're going back for this Dazzle. Okay, I hope they change this around so that they're actually playing together more effectively, because you've got a good roster for it. You've got the ability to, get it onto the backlines, toss someone, quickly burst them down, take an objective. But you actually need to work together to do that. You can't have like what we had the other day with Natsumi just playing way too far forward, getting picked off, then the rest of the team shows up and nothing really happens. Yeah, this is super early draft coming through from Neon, so we can expect to see a lot of brawling going on.
I like this lifesteal getting picked up though. I mean, easy way to deal with the Tombstone. The damage. Viper can kind of control you with the Viper Strike, but we already saw earlier on in the day that Viper lifesteal lane, that how much farm that he was actually able to find. You can just out kind of sustain the chip damage, but we do finally get this Earth Spirit. We've been kind of looking forward to it in the Southeast Asia region, and hopefully I would imagine it's going to be Q's hero. See how much he's able to make plays across the map, but can they keep up with Neon? Because they are going to just play super fast this game.
The wave clear is kind of terrible on Motivate right now. I think that's what they need to focus on with whatever they're picking last. Just something that's able to spam out these waves. So Storm Spirit is okay at it. The Remnants can do a pretty good job, but before your team needs to make sure they're sticking close by you. So it's kind of a lot of heroes committed just to do one thing. I mean, what else is even good?
10 seconds.
Does Fearless play the Earth Spirit as a mid?
He can, but I feel like it's much more of a Q hero.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if there's any flexibility potential there. I'm just trying to. Well, they definitely do. I think if you put the Earth Spirit mid, then the mid lane is where you're going to get a lot of this wave clear. I think in the last pick, and it has to be someone that's going to be able to at least relieve the pressure, because the Spectre very reliant on your Haunt cooldown. And Neon can group up around that and make it very, very awkward for them to make plays.
Yeah, they've got a lot of good, just instant saves, a lot of recovery potential with the Infest, with the heals coming through. It just feels like a really brawly style of lineup from Neon. It's what suits them best, so I don't mind them going for it. It leads me to think maybe the Snapfire is going to be a position 2, just so that they can. Wind Ranger makes sense as well. Obviously against the Viper, it's going to be really nice for your Page. Reason I was thinking maybe it was going to be the Snap 2 is so that you can get a bit more farm, so you can get that early Ag Scepter and enable the spit of the Lifestealer in onto the backlines, because I feel like that's where you might come into a little bit of trouble if the Lifestealer isn't actually able to go in, try and deal with things like the Tombstone, the Viper, and whatever is still yet to come from Motivate. You never want to be walking through the middle of a team fight. It just feels like you're not getting anywhere near enough done.
And now this win range is going to give them a lot of pick-off opportunity as well. Like the Spectre playing away from the team, the Viper, he's got to be very careful. We've seen kind of, on one game in particular, Viper got picked off a couple times and recognized, all right, we've got to group up. We can't allow this win range to just constantly be able to find myself across the map. It's just going to limit my performance in the game so far. But Motivate with this Ultra last pick, more than likely looking for their Fearless hero at the moment. Trying to think of some of the better matchups to really be able to deal with the Wind Ranger. Could we just see like a Lina, honestly? Just so it gives you some wave clear, some burst potential to maybe cut them down before the Dazzle ulti. Before the Dazzle save.
It's all right. It's actually something that Motivate will be a little concerned about, considering they came up against the same sort of concern against Fnatic, where they drafted this passive roster that didn't have any initiation, but if you are just going to be constantly pushing forward, Kunk is pretty good at it. If you're just constantly pushing forward, then the enemy team is forced to respond to you. You don't really need to do any form of initiation. And considering the fact that, like we mentioned before, you've got Scam, who's going to be able to have the shallow wave. You're going to be able to have the Infest for whoever gets gone on. Hopefully this time Scam's going to get off a few shallow graves as well afterwards. And yeah, I don't think they're going to be all that concerned. You've even got the little shredder to be able to take towers that a bit faster. So I think we're going to see Natsumi build. This isn't a Midas game, that's for sure, in my opinion. I think if they're going to win this, they're going to win it in 30 minutes. If not, they're going to lose. So you need to go like Armlet, Desolator, Basher is the go for Natsumi here.
Yeah, well, the big issue with the previous Dazzle performance was that they weren't playing with the strongest hero on the map. So hopefully they were able to look back at the replay and identify that some of the mistakes they were making, kind of playing away from Schem as the Dazzle, kind of costed them in that previous game. So if they can group up, really limit the potential of Motivate. But this last big conquer, gives them at least a way to be able to shove out the lanes nicely. You can be this kind of tanky hero. Like Motivate are going to get pretty tanky, which I guess is nice for the lifesteal though. That extra health pool, giving him more feast. But also just you take a look at least early on, like that run buff can always help out.
This is going to be, and kind of fitting, the a game of trust for Motivate right now, because Fearless, he's going to be the one that baits constantly. He needs to be the one that walks in first. He needs to get all of the aggression going in onto them. That's going to allow Q to then roll in onto the backlines, disrupt what probably Scam is trying to do first and foremost, and then the Snapfire beyond that. And then it's just up to his team to follow up on that. You get the Haunt in to come through. You get the Undying to hopefully keep the Conqueror alive. Let him get his boat off. Let him get his full complement of spells. And if he can get to a reasonable timing on a BKB after getting, let's say, a couple of braces, maybe a Sange or a Halberd on Fearless, then I think Motivator going to have an alright time. It's just a matter of how this early game, how this laning stage goes, and how Neon choose to group up together to try and take control of the map.
Is the first big timing really for Neon is the Necro books from Scam?
I would say so. It's probably going to come around the same time as an Armlet, but I don't think Natsumi's going to be wanting to join in the team fight at that point in time just yet. He's going to be needing to wait for, let's say, his Desolator first before he wants to join in his team, start to take down those towers, and well, that might be a little bit worrisome. Despite how strong a Dazzle is in the early 20 minutes, it can't
30 seconds to battle.
overcome a full one hero disadvantage if the lifestealer's away, just trying to accelerate his farm even more.
We'll take a look if Neon are going to be able to hit these timings. I think highlighting that they've got a lineup that can ramp up the pressure very early on, try and make it difficult for Motivate to have the impact, considering we're well aware that this Spectre can't get involved as often as what you would like, being reliant on the Haunt and someone who is a lot more passive than some of the other cores like the Lifestealer. Hopefully if Savage is able to get like a good blade mail timing, maybe they can make some stacks in the jungle, the Ancient, so he can take that over. But again, Neon, they can probably infiltrate that as well, so they've always got to be Motivate have this lineup where they want to play more reactionary. It seems like you only kind of have Q's Earth Spirit to roll forward, so really wanting Neon to kind of run at you and pressure like a deep dive.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Neon, they're happy to just sit back and wait. And you mentioned it before, it's also about kiting out this blade mail when it does eventually happen for 23 Savage. As soon as that comes up, just completely ignore him, switch to another target, and then just switch straight back to the Spectre as soon as it's done. No IO to deal with this game, thankfully.
Yeah.
I'll be feeling a little bit antsy about how that turned out for them in game one.
You see, once again, always the good old pulling shenanigans, play hard. Going to be able to just deny a full wave here. Oh, he does drag it through, unfortunately. It looks like actually Schem even wants a little bit of the experience, although Boombob was putting some pressure on too. So they're actually going to give Schem the solo experience. I thought they might give it to Tiny just so he can hit the level 2.
Yeah, I think he's fine with giving it to Schem, considering how influential he's going to be. Like, now he's hitting onto level 2, you've got the Poison Touch, and Boombell really can't come and contest this anymore.
Oh, Snapfire is gonna... He's chilling. Under a little bit of aggression there, you see. And once his poison attack gets to the extra level here from Nevermind, Zhao's gonna be very careful of the positioning, because both Q and Nevermind's gonna put some pressure on him. But Blame, Boombo, in trouble here. He's got a couple of decay stacks at the moment. Savage is gonna try and slow them down as well. Looks like Boombo is going to be okay. Meanwhile, down bot as well. Natsumi's falling incredibly low. We've got a lot of pressure on top of the side lanes at the moment.
Yeah, Just be careful about not walking too far forward as well. Not quite enough mana for the nether toxin, so he's going to be safe. Still though, nice work done by Q as well as Nevermind. And a good pull coming through as well from Boombell. Oh, hasn't linked it together with the other creeps there. Bit of a mistake, but oh well, it happens.
So how's this mid lane going? Fearless and Yopaj.
Pretty even.
Yeah, pretty even at the moment. I guess, you know, both these heroes, you see Conker's already got the bracer picked up, so he's going to be able to tank himself up at a decent amount. As toss back, Boombell, once again, he's in trouble here. The boots movement speed going to be enough, even Savage with the body blocks too, but they get the extra poison touch with the last right click, and they're going to be able to pick up first blood here for Scam. Player will take a little bit of damage running underneath the tower there. But at least they're going to be able to pick up first blood, so nicely done, and even down bot some aggression. Natsumi pops the rage. And make sure this nether toxin doesn't do a whole lot, but now they get the cookie follow-up as well. So Neon, they're able to find 2 kills. It might cost Zhao his life, however, the Fairy Fire is going to try and turn. But Natsumi has kind of already used everything he can. And meanwhile, also, we've got some more aggression top as Savage is getting chased down. Scam already level 4, so he's able to find a big kill in 23 Savage there.
That's exactly what he needs to be doing. Just this constant aggression coming through. And he's got enough mana to TP out. I'm a little surprised Natsumi didn't man up onto Q. You had Boombell leveling up, Zhao leveling up the little shredder at the level 3 mark, just to be able to A, deal with the tombstone, assuming it was going to be dropped, but B, you've got that -6 armor then onto the Earth Spirit. He didn't have any cooldowns left to be able to get away, and you got a lifestealer that's got very good movement speed, so could have been even potentially been a second kill there for him.
We see even the rotation coming through from mid. Just the Tiny gets a deny, allows Yopaj to be able to refill up that bottle. So he's got to haste now and see if he's really going to be able to utilize this. Maybe he can get the level 6 by the time he still has that haste in the bottle and could force a rotation out at the moment. But they are doing a very good job. I mean, Skem's the lowest last hits out of the cores at the moment. You see what he's been able to do pressure-wise. 2 kills, and if they can, you know, try and get the Spectre into the jungle before the Blade Mail is picked up, then that's going to be a big win for them. As down bot once again, Q actually with the kick gives Nevermind a little bit of space. And now with this distance, they might go back in considering he's got 2 points in the poison.
Still has to be careful. More pulls attempted here by Schem and Co. Just gonna link these two together. It's just all about getting levels right now. He doesn't care all that much if he's splitting the experience with Boombell from this neutral camp, as long as he's getting it for himself. He wants to hit up onto that level 5 as soon as possible, get that bad juju going as well once he hits 6, and from then on it's go time.
Getting pretty close to it. Actually, there's going to be a kill down, but once again, the aggression, although Radiant, they're incredibly weak as Q. Going to be able to follow up. Drops the rock into the silence there. Natsumi still trying to brawl, knowing that the cooldowns from the Earth Spirit are a little bit too high at these early levels. Back up the top we go as Savage is getting chased down. Is the dagger movement speed going to be enough? They actually get the soul root bonus heal. Boombell has got 2 points up in that. It's going to be enough to keep Savage alive. And Boombell might actually continue forward here. He doesn't have enough mana to be able to follow up. And it's a lot of kills happening across the map. Something we kind of expected.
Pretty low here. Boombell might be in a little bit of trouble. Is he going to be able to get the refresh onto Savage? He is, just with that last right click there. So Poison Touch really annoying now that it's level 3. Lasting for 6 seconds constantly.
Might try and dive here if they do have Glyph as well from Radiant, but Q's actually going to TP in. Now play hard with the wraparound. Q can get the silence instantly. The avalanche is there, but now he's in trouble. Try and toss him up. It's a lot of damage. Scam if he wants to go back, but he's even actually going to overstep the mark, and now he puts himself in a very awkward spot there. The Dazzle is having a pretty solid lane. Just getting a little bit baited by the Tiny with that dive. So he keeps Savage alive, and you know, this is him getting closer towards the Blade Mail, which is super important to get him out of the lane.
Yeah, big misplay coming from him. You can see, having a look at the net worth charts, I know it's only 7 minutes into the game, but good start coming here from the Lifestealer, and that's just going to show the selfless nature from Zhao. He's just constantly ferrying him out these healing cells, making him not worry all too much about the harass coming through from Nevermind. But now, Yopaj, he's pretty keen to start making stuff happen on this top side of the map. He's got his Javelin coming out to him, hopefully for his sake as well as Neon's, he doesn't go a little bit prematurely.
Well, they're baiting Savage up top though at the moment, but the mid lane is going to try and make the rotation with the ultimates Q. Keeping on top of play hard. Extra right click's going to be enough. Power shot unfortunately off the mark, and Q's going to try and juke down, but the creeps have the vision. He's going to end up getting punished. It's a 1-for-1. You see the Spectre just dipping out of the lane. He's got the Haunt, so probably looking to try and rejoin here somewhere if possible, but looks like they're not really set up as Yopaj actually comes back to mid. That Cookie's going to be able to close the distance. He's already got the Javelin Booper. Might be able to deny. Oh my god, he does. Nicely done.
And that was the focus fire as well. So you've got a whole minute now where that Javelin's not really going to have the impact that you might like. Well, that Savage doesn't quite have the... Oh, gets a little unlucky again. Yopaj, the Dota gods are on his side, picking up the Arcane Rune.
He's been getting a lot of runes. Oh, yeah, Skem's in trouble. His rotation's coming up, but they're going to be a little bit too late now, and they've got the rum buff too, so I don't know if Neon can find the kill with the focus fire on cooldown, but they do have the rotation as well coming from play hard. Shackles will land. Oh, Fearless, never mind, he actually gets shredded. That power shot, 4 points in it, and Tiny's even got level 4 as well, so they have a toss combination. It's a lot of magic damage from them.
It's too much to deal with. Savage, probably one of the slowest blade mail timings that he would have had in recent memory. Just goes to show the effect of having something like that Dazzle that's able to get so aggressive on you in the lane. He's died a couple of times for it, Scam, but they should be able to take this tower, although some good aggression coming through from Q here.
He's got the Magnetize. They really want to try and utilize the Haunt as well. Trying to provide the vision. The roll is going to be off the mark, unfortunately. Now, Yopaj going to think about turning with the Focus Fire as well. It's going to be careful here because Geospirit's overstepped the mark a little bit too far. Gets a little bit of health back thanks to the Wand. But it's not going to matter now with the Tombstone. They'll turret. Jar's going to be able to secure it thanks to the little Shredder. Get some distance from Yopaj. This Magnetize has just done enough to be able to tick him down, and even Fearless is going to show up as well. So Motivate will punish that. They lose Q, but they're going to be able to find 2 kills. They even get a nice little courier as well to their name. I was gonna say this early game had been looking really strong for Neon, you know, especially with how farm Natsumi is at the moment, but unfortunately giving away a couple kills at top.
I mean, it was, and I don't want to sound like a broken record, but where was Scam during all of that? You know, he was sort of around the mid lane. At the end of that fight, he was farming up in this tri-camp area. You're a Dazzle. You're level 7. You've got your poison touch that's hitting in onto 8 targets. It's going to hit everyone in these team fights. Shadow Wave, obviously, very important. But the bad Juju, that could have potentially turned things around.
Savage is in trouble here. They get this focus fire. Torrent might give him a little bit of space, but Yopaj isn't X'd up, but he's able to utilize all the dagger. No,
close.
The dagger gets him inside the pit for the TP, and Zhao unfortunately unable to find the protection. Even Q, nicely done. Just the saving grace coming through there, so no one dies from Motivate. I mean, it is still delaying this blade mail from Savage. It's taken him a while, unfortunately.
Having that broadsword coming out to him now, but yeah, as you mentioned, still about 100 or so gold away. Does he have any stacks to farm up? Just the one, so things could be a little bit better for him. I think maybe just waiting for that 11-minute mark. I don't think, or maybe just only a couple of, neutral items have been able to be achieved. So there's still a fair bit of power creep to potentially come through here.
We might even see Natsumi starting to get involved as well. He's got the armlet, looks like completed. Just needs to pick that one up. So there we go. Already had the courier at the top side. He's going to try and get involved and see what he can dish out here. They really want to try and take this tier 1 tower top. It's just going to now, take one thing off the to-do list and it can open up the map and allow them to then put some more aggression onto the mid tier 1 instead. Play hard. Can he get the avalanche fast enough? He actually goes for the toss, or at least tried to get in range for it instead.
Well, he's got the full wand as well on Natsumi coming out to him. Clarity too. If it was me, I would have maybe gotten a Blightstone, just so that you have the increased damage when you're trying to make this your timing, your key timings. You've got the Necro Book now out as well for Skem. This time around, he actually ended up getting the boots. Before it was just 2 Null Talismans straight into the Necro Book, but he's got a little bit more mobility, which you'll need to be able to deal with all the slows that are coming out from the Motivate lineup. Play hard. He's infested.
They're going to try and smoke up as well. He's got the Tome, so 3 points in the combination is going to wrap through and try and bring down Boom Bell. Chucks out the ultimate, sets off for the kisses though, and Savage is going to be careful. Mortimer Kiss is going to be able to deal with the trees, so the dagger's not going to do enough, and now Yopaj is able to find the connection with the shackles. Savage will still be fine. Now off through the jungle, however, they find the Snapfire Q trying to deal with the backline, so cancels the kisses, but it might cost him his life though. This Magnetize will get the trade. Yes, it does, just in the nick of time. And now with the toss forward as well, Fearless. Uh-oh, they still got this focus fire from Yopaj, and look at the amount of damage that they're dishing out. He can follow up with the wind run. And Fearless, I mean, he still has the Hex, but it's going to be a little bit too late now. It's really nicely done. That combo from the Tiny, just sending the Wind Ranger exactly where she wants to be. And Conker's actually going for an Orchid this game. Okay.
And they should know that Savage is still here as well. You know, he tried to be able to get out, just having the TP scrolls delivered through to him. So getting a little bit lucky, the fact that he was able to stick down here. He's going to push this wave out and TP away, but still, good team fight for Neon. That's exactly what they need to do. Full 5-man commitment. Good time for the Infest Bomb to come through onto the Tiny. Still a little bit of way towards him getting his Blink Dagger though, so he'll be a tiny bit concerned about that. And it's as expected though, just going straight into this Desolator for Natsumi.
Well, Radiant.
Never mind, he's getting chased down here.
He's got the rest of the Dire Heroes around the triangle, but it looks like they're just not going to come over. He's getting shredded. This Viper does not have the net worth at the moment, and let's see if Radiant can test the triangle. I mean, they've got a nice ward in the backline. It doesn't see them farming it at the moment. You saw that even the Undying was trying to protect that stack, you know, anticipating that Neon tried to place a ward there. He unfortunately missed it with the Sentry, and now it's going to allow Radiant just to continue off forward. They get the kill on top of the Undying. These 2 pickoffs are going to allow them to transition back and get the tier 1 tower. So Neon are playing this goddamn perfectly at the moment. You know, they have died, you know, 10 times overall, but I really like the movements, and this is a difference we're seeing from them, really kind of starting to group up with their powerful heroes.
Yeah, they've fixed a lot of the mistakes that they made when they previously tried to run this lineup. You know, they're a lot more measured. Even earlier on in the game, there was a couple of times where they weren't fully committed, weren't fully gripped up. But this time around, it seems like they've got all their ducks in a row. The great thing about the Necro book on the Dazzle as well, as he's looking to take another camp here, doesn't look like they're in a position to actually contest any towers just yet, so I'm okay with this. But you love the fact that you can just get vision for those poison touches. It's got a huge cast range for such an impactful spell in the early game. And those Necro books just mean that you don't have to walk up onto the high ground yourself, risk losing one, and ruining your strategy, which is just push, push, push. Necro books do all the work.
Yeah, and even when they get that Desolator, that push is even going to get more enabled as well. But unfortunately for Neon, that the play hard blink is going to be a little bit behind here. It's actually just tossing Natsumi forward once again. The slows just sets up for the glow up. You see Q's trying to instantly deal with Zhao's Mortimer Kisses, but it's going to cost him his life as he misses the roll, and just Yopaj is going to clean up the back. You see the job of the Earth Spirit, but unfortunately it just doesn't matter, as they already really got what they wanted to come for with the Kisses. Now they're chasing for more as Boombelt duking through the trees, but Neon, they've got this move, and a much better performance at the moment from Neon. And you really fix the mistakes of what they had previously with the Dazzle lineup, and recognizing how strong they are at the moment, and they might be able to cut off Savage here. The dagger, it expires, so we won't have this extra mobility.
Just gets up onto the high ground.
But I mean, there's an MKB now already completed.
Oh, is he going to get the right click onto him? He does. He refreshes the poison touch. This could be big, but Viper's there to back him up.
Uh-oh.
And that was all without Skem as well. Skem was not at that fight. He didn't even have a TP, by the way.
Could be in trouble. Gets the ultimate off. Die. They're coming forward. Savage instantly with the Haunt as well. Yopaj protected with the Infest. Tombstone's gonna do a little bit on the back, but we don't see really the zombies at the moment. The Infest at least keeps... Oh my god!
Soul Rip.
Maxed out Soul Rip. Too much damage early on. They shred through Yopaj.
Well, that's gonna go a long way to delaying things a little bit further. Nearly having the mech, though, on Skem. That's the next big timing. It'll probably come around the same time as this level 12. They're keen to go for this, though. They've got the Desolator, I suppose, so why not?
Dire would have seen that, I believe, with the ward on the high ground. Actually, it might have... I don't think it gets all of the entry of the Roche Pit, depending of where they walked in.
Yeah.
So, now it expiring. And we see this is going to be free here for Neon. So this is massive. It's now going to further enable them to continue putting the pressure on early.
Just making sure that he's going to be grabbing it. But yeah, even Yopaj, he's nearly got his level 12. MKB completed up at 2. So just lots of little victories going their way. Mechanism so shortly away for the Daz.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
He's just going to run all the way back to base, get his mech, get his TP scroll, TP up to the top tower. You just got to be a little careful about getting engaged on before Skem's actually able to make his way there.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Looks
And,
like
Dire's
ooh,
structures
damn close
are
to the
fortified.
Blink Dagger on play hard too.
Radiant structures are fortified.
a little bit later than what you were hoping, but I mean, I guess 3, 1, and 8.
Yeah.
At least the KDA's not shining too much, but once you get this blink, I mean, it's at least going to be around this Aegis timing. We're just going to see them continuously going as Fearless. I mean, they might bait this on the high ground. He's going to turn with the Orchid. Got the ward as well. Boombell drops a really nice tombstone as well. They're going to be able to drag him back. Skem showing up though with a bonus Infest held. Tiny somehow still alive, and Skem, he can even drop out the grave as well. Turns, gets the combination off. There's the grave to at least give him some survivability, but the tombstone's still ready to rock and roll with the magnetize as well. Tiny will fall. Natsumi's hunting. X gonna get taken away instantly with the rage. Now Fearless will attempt the TP. Natsumi's chunking him down though.
Is under
Woo!
attack.
Very close.
Didn't even use the Necro book there, did Skem, so they could have had the potential for some more damage, maybe gotten the pick off onto the Kunkka, but I think you're reasonably happy with it. So close to picking up the Blink Dagger on the Tiny previous to that fight. Now he's got it, so he's going to be alright with things. He's got his Magic Wand, couple of clarities, so he could just stay out on the map along with those Tranquil Boots.
So it's go time for Neon. 3 minutes still left on the Aegis. Diet. They're gonna have Haunt up pretty soon, but they've got the tiny blink to be able to combine with. So yeah, a couple of items getting delivered. Really want to try to utilize this, and they know that the Spectre still doesn't really have the net worth to be able to contest.
Got the lifesteal as well on the from the Vampire Fangs. He's probably just going to keep holding onto that broom handle for the attack range. It's going to be very effective.
They want to fight. The Haunt's up, and now
infested.
play hard with the Infest on top of the backline. That's
Nice.
a massive combination. Finds two. Natsumi's going to turn as well. They've got the kisses. Gets dealt with instantly thanks to the silence, but it looks like the damage has already been dealt with. Motivate, they've lost two. They're going to try and find it back. They're drawn forward once again, but Natsumi's just going to continuously chase down Fearless. They've got to be careful
own,
because
though.
Neon, they've lost a couple, and yeah, he's got absolutely no help at the moment. Where's the team? Hello, Natsumi needs you now. Pops the rage into the TP out. What looked like a good start though with that Avid toss. You just saw the Wind Ranger and Snapfire got shredded.
I think it was just because of a good target prioritization coming from Motivate. They put everything on Suspend. You're forced to use the Grave on yourself, which most times you never really want to do. You want to be this mid-range fighter, always refreshing your poison touch, in range for the mech, but
is under attack.
just forced to get out of dodge, and they were able to clean things up with some of the squishier heroes. Not quite finishing that BKB just yet on the Wind Ranger, but he's got the Vampire Fangs now, so he should be able to stay in a little bit longer.
Radiant. Going after the Haunt on cooldown. Fearless going to be able to get the Orchid, which does disrupt the tiny combination. They don't have a tier 2 for TP rotations, but they're still cutting the fight
Radiant's
backwards in their favor here. Boombell's almost got the Tombstone up and available as well, but Fearless is just going to get chunked down. Natsumi is doing an immense amount of damage at the moment here.
Radiant
Snap
are
worth
scanning.
lead.
Going in their favor.
Yeah,
I mean, this was their
3,000.
wave clear, right? This is the Kunkka is their wave clear. He's gone the Orchid just to be able to try and kill Yopaj when
Play
he
hard.
makes these aggressive movements.
Jumps on the higher ground, but this could be an okay spot for Motivate, even without the Conquer. Nice shackles though. Yopaj locks them both in place. They'll find two, and they're going to try and look to turn as well. Savage gets a kill into the TP out. They don't have a way to cancel with the shackle on cooldown, but they're just going to be able to save that one for Boombell instead. Yopaj needs the angle. Be able to find at least a long duration here. Got that focus fire as well. Boombell will make it on the higher ground, so you get the tiny, but Motivate, they do lose a couple there still.
Again, Skem not there, so he was not part of it.
Dire's
Just pushing
bottom
these
tower
lanes out.
is under attack.
He's going to force the rotation through from Fearless. I think he's going to try and go for a solo kill here. You've got the Spectre around, I suppose, but it's still pretty concerning.
He's got the mech, and yeah, the Orchid's making it a little bit difficult there. Unable to get through with it, and now with the kisses as well. A lot of damage. Savage has got this Blade Mail and Dispersion, so they can't really heavily commit onto the tier 1 tower, and it looks like Motivate actually thinking about turning right now, knowing that the Dazzle isn't
Dire's
available,
middle
and it's one of
tower
their
is under attack.
strongest targets at the moment. The Aegis
Tiny's
is
here,
also
though.
about to tick out as well, so Neon, they got to be careful how long they take this fight for. There we go. Aegis gone. Walking it up, dragging back into the torrent. Where's the further control? Q's got the fall up on top of the silence. It looks like they're going to try and man fight though. Natsumi turns, got the rage
Nice
straight on
avalanche.
top of Fearless. Try and make it back on the high ground here. Unable to control off this life steal, but now with the rage is worn off, but it doesn't matter. Natsumi just chunking them down. They'll drop the tombstone, but Playhard's got the fall. The horn's going to come out as well. Savage straight on top of him. The infest, is it going to be enough? However, Playhard needs to disengage. Will leave, give the life steal a little bit of help as well, but Natsumi's going to have to jump back out and try and fight, but it's not enough. Savage finds a triple. They're not done as well. They just get the vision on Yopaj. There's no more follow-up here. A nice fight for Motivate there. The perfect timing of that Aegis getting ticked out and knowing that Skem wasn't available to take that fight with them.
Don't play on your own as a Dazzle is the the lesson from this, right? It just feels like it's happened so many times. I think 3 this game, at least 4 in the previous one where they attempted this Dazzle strategy, but it just doesn't work at the end of the day. You know, you're something that thrives in a team fight environment, and sure, you might be nice to be able to push these waves out with your poison touch, get a bit of farm for yourself, and get closer towards, you know, some of these bigger team fight items, but I mean, I could understand if you wanted to go, I don't know, some crazy thing where you're just dealing more and more right-click damage through yourself, maybe a Hex or something like that, taking advantage of the bad Juju, but he's got a Greaves, he's got a Necro Book. This is good for pushing, and this is good for team fighting. He's building into the Pipe of Insight, so you need to be with a team to get the maximum impact out of these things. Hopefully, for Neon, they can, you know, adjust that. They can turn things around, because again, it's just 2 people together right now. Natsumi's off farming in the jungle on his own. He's going for what looks like a Manta style on a lifestealer, not something you always see, and they're going to get caught out.
Play hard. Disrupts the follow-up here. They had to turn back and at least try and protect Boombell from not getting bursted down, so it allows Skem to disengage because you saw that Q was hunting. At least, I mean, they get a pick off on the Tiny. Meanwhile, across the map, Natsumi trying to find the farm at the moment. He's got the ultimate all picked up. Wind Ranger as well was very close to the BKB, which is going to be pretty big here for Neon. One thing I do want to highlight is the Dazzle with the Greaves now has been the kind of the constant target with that Conquer Orchid, but at least he has a way to be able to purge that off, which is going to be a very big factor here as the fight continues.
And that's a big reason again why Natsumi's going for this Manta style, just to be able to get rid of that Orchid.
Yep.
Going to be really effective. I mean, who next can you really go on? You're going to have the BKB around the same time on Yopaj, so it's going to have to be the Tiny who, if he's getting Orchided, he's out of position. And Snapfire never really going to be the one to go in on the front line. So I'm liking this itemization from Neon. Very good that they're all getting it around the same time as well.
There we go. BKB now picked up. Dyra once again going to smoke, so they really want to try and put the pressure on because they know that they have the Horn. Savage wanting to try and
Manta,
take a fight.
BKB, Greaves, they got them all.
See what they're able to do. They still got the T1 mid. Play hard. Smoke's gonna pop. They got the high ground vision at the moment. Play hard's actually gonna try and go mid and burst down Nevermind.
Nice Ghost
But a Ghost Scepter really stops the damage coming through from Natsumi, so it's gonna have to try and turn the Tombstone. Dealt with instantly. Motivate. They've been able to reset the fight, but they need to kind of group up on their own high ground. Roll away gives them some space. Still have this Haunt potential to group up, but Neon without the follow-up right now. Oh, Fearless actually still sticks around. Might be punished, but he's got the Lincolns. Gonna get popped instantly now with the Mortimer Kiss as well, but the toss sets up. Fearless gonna get brought down here, and now the rest of the team, they've also come in on Boombell, so he's gonna pay the price as well. Neon kind of get a little bit lucky there, considering that the Conquer stayed and Boombell TP'd in, and they're kind of aware of around about where Savage could be positioning. You know, the only other spot for him to be is around top.
They're still going for him. This nice deep ward is going to spot out where both of these guys are in general. Are they willing to do the chase? Natsumi was keen, but the rest of his team's like, all right, let's just chill. We don't have focus fire. We don't have the Mortimer's Kisses. There's no real potential to quickly burst someone down in the time that we need to before some of these big rotations start to come from Motivate.
Nice shackle from Yopaj. They're going to be able to finish the kill here. And Roshan is already up as well, so if Radiant, you know, they're going to be able to take the T2 tower, they can fall back and get that next objective as well. And you see Savage is trying to do what he can. He's getting very close to the Skadi. He's got the double ultimate orb at the moment. He's going to be able to sell a couple of items too to get closer and closer to it. But you know, Neon going to be able to take a further an objective here. And they're posturing about going up higher ground.
Why not?
I guess they don't know that Roche is up, I believe. Play hard with the blink forward. I mean, Spectre hasn't showed up yet. Motivate have constantly felt like they want to take a fight, but you know, Spectre doesn't have the mana for the Haunt, and it's really punishing them right now.
He's got the Skadi finally on this Spectre. Going to be really effective against all the healing that they've got on Neon's side, but might be a little bit too late here. Boombelly's even going to get tossed back.
Once again, can he get anything off? Drops the Tombstone. It's in a relatively decent spot, but you see the Snapfire is able to do with it instantly now with the roll 4, but it's not enough as the Infest turning. Natsumi wants to try and deal with the backline. Graves giving Playhard a little bit of protection, but the Magnite should be enough. Savage actually goes back in. He's going to pay. No, jumping back and forth. Is he going to be able to keep his life? Savage, what can he play with? Not enough as he'll fall. He does not have buyback, but Q's Earth Spirit has done a lot of work with this magnetized Neon. They need to disengage, but do they have to sustain to go forward once again with the Grave? The short cooldown scam is going to be careful though. Zhao still falling incredibly low. This Earth Spirit is continuously punishing them through this fight. The Spirit Vessel magnetized doing a lot of work, but Neon, they've already taken a full set of racks here, and you know they do lose 3 heroes, but the price, it's worth it in the end.
Let's have a quick look at the damage. 6,000 damage done by that position for Earth Spirit. Crazy. Absolutely nuts. And that's with Kunkka dead for the entire time. Undying got off the Flesh Golem Tombstone, but like you mentioned, was immediately dealt with there. So yeah, imagine if that Earth Spirit didn't pop off, you know? They've realized the fact that Roche is up though. And Skem is going to join Natsumi, help to take it down.
Dire are scanning.
Scan disconnect on Dire, so they're well aware of this. But, I mean, you don't have Horn. Yeah. So they've magnetized. No, it's going to be up in 10, so it might be a little bit too late considering. So Dire, they're still posturing. Fearless should be able to scout this one out with the Torrent as well, but Playhard's going to be able to find him. Fearless now is just going to overstep the mark. They get the Orchid, disrupts the combo. Mortimer Kisses follow up as well. Q's actually going to roll in. Roshan's about to wear off. Playhard's still getting melted. Natsumi's now finally got the Aegis. Once again, Graves going to give them the protection here. They need to try and deal with the Dazzle. They're not able to on top of the back. And Yopaj, beautiful shackles, instantly drags the attention for the life, so they want to try and deal with the targets. But Natsumi's going to attempt the TP. They actually want to disengage here. Playhard already down. Now on top of the backline. Savage needs a detection. Finds Natsumi, which they cancel the TP there. He's got the cheese back in the inventory rated. They need to get over there. Don't have Skem at the moment. Perfect time with the roll for the Torrent as well. Not with the Rage. Yopaj going to try and help out to deal, bring down Q, but it doesn't matter. Pops the cheese, but where's the rest of the team to help out Natsumi? He's going up all against 5 from Motivate. And that's going to be too many heroes for him to play against. And even Yopaj going to be pretty careful here. Die. They just get a slither of vision. And they've got an X up in a couple seconds. Blink gets him in the river.
Dagger just doesn't connect onto it.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen. Dire's courier has been killed.
You can just see the name of the game for these heroes that can quickly get burst down from the Kunkka to the Viper. Just buy a Ghost Scepter, you know. That's where all the damage right now is coming from, at least in terms of burst, with the exception, of course, of the tiny Avatos combo.
You do see the lifesteal is going for that nullify, so recognizing that Dire of you know, itemized utility-wise to kind of, you know, protect themselves against this aggressive lifesteal, and even, you know, relatively good versus the Wind Ranger as well. But you know, we're starting to get to the you know, the I guess the start of the later game. You know, we kind of said that if this game goes on, it could start to get a little bit more difficult for Neon. You know, I think you said, what did, it was around 30 minutes you said.
Yeah. I said so 30 minutes. If they haven't won the game by then, it's going to be very difficult. I mean, they were looking in a good spot to finish it up around 28. They'd taken the lane of Rax, but, you know, like we mentioned before, Q, amazing team fight from the Earth Spirit. They take the Roche, great. Doesn't work out for them in the end, of course, though. So it's still right on the razor's edge. It's still favoring Neon slightly, the win probability, 64 to 36. I think it's a whole lot closer than that, though. I think it's just going to be one next big item that that they need on Motivate's side. It doesn't even need to be Savage's item necessarily. It could just be, you know, the next big thing for Fearless. It could just be this, for example, the Greater Fairy Fire coming out for him.
It seems like it's been a bit of an issue though for Motivate, where they haven't been able to catch the Wind Ranger, and this Tombstone hasn't felt like too much of an effect as well because of the Snapfire. So the target prioritization, we are going to see them smoke up though. Boombell once again on the front line, perfect position. They're going to blink forward instantly, assassinates the Undying. He's going to buy back if they want to rejoin them. Kite to find underneath the T1 tower with the Ghost Scepter. At least protects Q. It's been a lot of their damage from the previous fights, and now with Hawk 4, it's going to try and deal with the backline. However, they are disrupting at least the combination. Now with the boat's going to fly through as well, but where's the damage falling up? Finally, they drop the Magpie Skem, protected with the beacon. BKB, but they're in with the fight, and they haven't killed anyone off just yet on Motivate. They're incredibly healthy, so they're going to punish this. Neon, they need a retreat, but Skem, he will end up falling, and the rest of Radiant, they're not backed up just yet. Natsumi's in trouble. He doesn't have the Infest. Can they cancel the TP? Yopaj is in the tree line. They're going to try and look to do something, at least maybe protect the rest of the team. But Jao will fall. Now they get the life steal as well. Roll on forward, orchid it up, and that's going to be the punishment there as Motivate.Trust. They'll find 4 heroes on Neon. Man, incredibly well done. They just kite the fight back underneath the tier 1. That TP back in from the buyback of the Undying. They drop everything, and we see when you don't burst the heroes down from Neon, when you know the Q Magnetize has just been doing so much work. That's a fight where they didn't really deal with the Undying Tombstone, and also just they're not really being able to burst him down. Now we're seeing the sustain start to come through from Motivate.
Yeah, and it's going to get even worse. They're going for the solo pickoff here onto Fearless with Yopaj, but it's going to become a whole lot more difficult now that he's level 20.
Can't get that kill.
Nope,
he's got to be careful.
He's got the extra strength. He does. And what have we got coming out to him? Yeah, that's the Ghost Scepter, that's the Greater Fairy Fire, and you'll have a look at both the Earth Spirit and the Kunkka. Next items for them are the Heaven's Halberd. They've already finished it, actually, on the Earth Spirit, so that's a whole lot less damage that they're able to pump out with this Lifestealer. And, you know, when he was picking up the Mantis style, I was like, all right, I get it. But if they were looking at ending the game by the 30-minute mark, I would have gone for something more like the BKB. You know, the Manta's good for being able to obviously dodge out the silence, to be able to prevent the disarms potentially from coming through, but that's it. You get it once in a team fight. Whereas BKB, you've got that full 10 seconds. It means you've got that 100% magic immunity uptime when you combine it together with the rage. So a little concerning that it's not worked out for him super quickly. I suppose it's going to serve him in slightly better stead as this game ticks on, but you're against a Spectre, who has, by the way, just finished up his Monkey King bar.
This
actually
is
changing things up. He's going into the Sheepstick instead on the Kunkka, instead of the Halberd. I'm not minding it too much. You've got the Disarm on Q already.
Skem's away from the team. Fearless gonna frontline here. Gonna try and instantly disengage, roll forward off the mark. Yopaj TP in as well. How deep they want to dive play. How's gonna counter initiation? They instantly assassinate the Undying. Now they're gonna try and turn as well to deal with the rest. Natsumi pops the rage. Is gonna be careful though if they want to follow up, knowing that the rage is on cooldown. Natsumi, he might just get kited here. Where's the extra control coming out? They drop the Mortar of Kisses, but Savage, he doesn't give a damn right now. Blade Mail, Dispersion, protecting himself against a lot of damage. The Avatos combination, Leech is gonna zone them back. Meanwhile, on top of the sideline, Q, he's getting solo killed by Yopaj. Nice blink forward's gonna be able to disrupt that, but Skem still stuck the high ground. This Grave is not going to do enough. Savage controls him, brings him down. We still see Yopaj go to work. He might actually die out to the Spirit Vessel here, and he will one more tick.
Oh, Q. Can you give an MVP before the game's done?
I feel like you might be able to, because he has had such an incredible performance so far.
Not even just in the damage front on that one. That time it was the disarms coming through as well, being really effective. Man, I really like Skem as a player, but there's been a few misplays coming through from him. That time around, in the previous team fight, the one down at bot, he TPs away when he has Shallow Grave off cooldown, so that's a potential time for him to stay alive. This time, he has his Shallow Grave on himself, and he's just standing on top of the cliff, hoping to get 4-staff down by someone, when he can just TP back to base. It's a little odd to me for someone of his quality that he's making such simple mistakes on a hero that he's very confident at.
Motivate now. Net worth advantage, 1,000. Grouping up. Seeing what they can do. I mean, they've been able to take some... Oh, might lose a Korra as well. The point booster. Oh, not enough damage for Nevermind. Oof. Oh, he might still fight. Oh,
has been killed.
They're going for the re-engage here. Infest inside Tiny.
Oh, he's stuck in the trees. Oh, no.
He can get cooked. Yeah, that's fine.
But, I mean, that was... How close is he to... Yeah, so, I mean, he had 2,200 gold as well. So he would have been very close to the Aghanims. Now, he's not going to have that point booster for an extra 3 minutes here. Unfortunately, the Ag is going to be a little bit later, and now we've finally seen Motivate, increased in the lead, and Spectre's just continuing to find farm, and this is...
He'll be 25 with this creep wave as well.
Down bot though, could be in trouble. Yopaj setting up, but look at the Dispersion go to work. He's unable to get the Blade Mail out. Just wait a second here. They lose the gem.
Just look at the friggin' Wind Ranger though, like brought down to about a third HP with Spectre doing nothing but pressing Blade Mail. Ridiculous. 3.5k damage.
They still want to try and take this. He's got a buyback. Billy's going to move forward underneath the Radiant Observer ward, so they didn't get baited up the high ground, but they still could be in trouble here if they want to force the fight. See if they can fit with the buyback in. Natsumi instantly pops the rage, going to try and turn. Q's in trouble. That Nullifier, it's getting rid of the Ghost Scepter. Cookie forward as well. Somehow is still alive, and now with the buyback coming through, but the Haunt Play Hard's even going to get chased down to the western side. Nevermind, just able to deal with him with the roll as well. Q instantly on top of the Wind Range of the Silence as well, preventing any more follow-up. They're in trouble, though. They've already lost the Lifestealer too. And then it's just up to Yopaj and Skem to be able to disengage, but Yopaj, he doesn't have a TP at the moment. They just don't get the vision in the nick of time. So, I mean, that buyback forced out there from the Spectre. They do still lose, you know, a couple extra heroes as well.
It gives them a real win condition, though, with that Spectre dying. You know, obviously looking horrible the fact that Natsumi did go down one more time. He's got the Tome of Knowledge available for himself, so that'll get him to level 24. Level 25 is going to be pretty damn important. That Rage duration is just going to enable him to continue the fight, continue moving forward, be this beast, because right now they're relying so heavily on him. You know, Yopaji's still a little bit short for picking up that point booster.
Radiant's courier has been
And
killed.
Roche just gets melted, and that Death Slate can go to work, and Yopaj wants to actually go in. What does he steal? He gets the cheese, pops the BKB. Unfortunately, he didn't get that extra item, and now he might almost die. Skem could be in trouble as well. Where's the detection? There it is. They just get the Hex. Oh, that's a big one. Oh, he's got a buyback, but... So what was on the deck? Refresher Shard, Savage gets the Ages, but the...
I think he only had one item slot to do it anyway, so he was just trying to get anything. Advantage of those spider legs, I suppose.
Well, that's big now, because we highlighted they had a win condition if they killed Savage, considering he bought back previously, but now he's got the Ages, so we'll give him this extra life to utilize, and he's even got a goddamn Illusionist cape too.
Dire's courier
And the
has
Refresher
been
Shard.
killed.
Double Haunt. Double Blade Mail even, goddamn.
This net worth lead continuing to go here for Motivate throughout their past couple of fights, but it looks like Neon are hunting though. We're trying to get a quick pick off here before Motivate get grouped up, because they have to deal with their lanes. This is the big issue with Neon taking that early set of Iraq's mid. So this mid side is always shoved in. You know, top's kind of in their favor at the moment as well. You see Motivate trying to do some maintenance there.
Man, their position is so far forward. I know you don't want to lose too much control over your side of the map, but Skem is dead, and the courier has only just come back up for Yopaj. So finally, he's going to get that axe completed and delivered through to him, give him a nice little boost of HP. That's nearly another 500. So he's going to be a lot more fit to be able to take these fights. Man, he moves fast, 727 movement speed.
Do you give the Spell Prism to the Dazzle or the Wind Ranger here?
I think the Spider Legs is just way too powerful for the Wind Ranger to pass up. So yeah, Spell Prism's fine for Daz. Even the Tiny, honestly.
Yeah, a hero who, if you can get multiple combinations off through a team fight, just being able to burst heroes down constantly, just want to get in and out as much as possible. Oof, leveler, not too bad for Natsumi.
Yeah, been smiling on him, that's for sure.
Well, they need that at the moment, considering, you know, being down this 3,000 gold, and again continuing to get to the later stages. It's going to favor Motivate here.
Nicely done by Yopaj as well as Play Hard there. Taking back the outpost, that's going to be the Tome, purchased by the Lifestealer. That'll get him up to his 25. And I think now's the time. They got to try and make something happen. A little bit short for the buyback
Radiant's
on
middle
Natsumi.
tower is under attack.
I think you're effectively 6-slotted by holding this cheese. So it's yeah, could be seeing a smoke
Radiant's
happening
top
right
tower is under
about now.
See who they can bring down. Yopaj as a DD. They're going to try and blink forward and instantly assassinate. Nevermind, beautifully done. That's a great target. But Q with the Raw Forward going to try and counter initiate. They drop the Tombstone as well. Tiny, he needs to disengage, protect with the Glimmer. They give him the Grave as well. But now Skem is pushed up in the middle of the fight. And Skem, he needs a little bit of help as well. Pops to BKB. A cookie gives him the space, but there comes the Haunt. Savage wants to try and get the vision on top of the back line. The Magic Lamp, but it's not enough. Skem doesn't get the extra Grave. They've got a couple of buyback. But look at the chase coming through. They get the Hex up. It's on the Lifestealer. Where's the extra health coming out? It's just not enough. He's got a buyback, but they don't really want to force it out. They might be punished to do so, however. Motivate very deep inside the base. Can they disengage, however? Like, they might be successful. Yopaj wants to punish. They haven't forced up the buyback just yet on the Lifestealer. Savage still has that extra life as well. A great jump for them. They get a immense amount of targets there. Play hard.
Oh,
Gonna try.
He's gonna go down.
He will fall. They drag back
was an
Savage.
X-Pac.
Lifesteal is not going to buy back. They really want to force it out. Can Dire retreat with the Lifesteal buyback, or do they want to fight? Roll forward, gets a connection. Cookie, a little bit of space for Tiny, protects him with that Glimmer Cape as well. But Natsumi's got to be careful. You got to keep in mind, he just bought back. Now they can turn. They have the Hex coming up in an extra couple seconds. Can go Page. However, it's zoning back. Fearless pops the Ghost Scepter. Is going to give him a little bit of protection. Now kiting out the fight as well. Savage straight on top of Scam. He's going to try and deal with the Dazzle. He just bought back as well. Cookie, he's got the Grave available. Savage just no more extra control. Where's the help coming through at the moment? Scam is protected. Savage still trying to chase his ball. Force off into that TPR. He's going to be fine there with the roll forward once again. Zhao on top. Q trying to close the distance here. Savage, another toss away. Meanwhile, on top the northern side. Wind Ranger, he gets the Hex at the last second. Boomdoll, does he have the damage? It might be enough. No, the Soul Rip's not. And now Savage, he's getting controlled as well. Still has his extra life to be able to utilize. Natsumi chasing down Q. There's the Nullifier coming into play, tossing the Spectre away from Play Hard, giving him at least a little bit of space. But Motivate, they're starting to group up here as well in case they continued forcing them out. An immense amount forced from the buybacks there. And Motivate, they're looking to reset though. They still have this extra life on Savage. They gotta be careful because Conker, he can buy back to the outpost. Savage, he might actually look to turn, play hard. Buyback, there it comes. Conker wants to try and rejoin them, but the focus fight coming through. Yopage, he's got the BKB, but the Age is gonna get ticked out here. And now Raiding, have they committed a little bit too far? Natsumi's gonna be careful because the Rage is about to wear off field. He's got the Hex on top of the high ground. They're gonna control now, but they both fall up as well. They find the Undying. Need to chase forward for more. Where's the extra help? Straight away with the Haunt on top of the backline. Yopage is getting chased. Natsumi instant with the Rage CPR.
Oh, he's so low.
Natsumi, no! He's down. It's a dieback for the Life Stealer. Neon, they're in trouble here. They haven't been able to find anyone afterwards.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Oh, it's looking rough for them. The lines drawn on the map. They're saying, look, just try and delay. Do the best that you can, but there's no way you're going to get to this bottom lane of the map without getting punished. Best that they can with this Spectre creep, just to keep it constantly pushed in, throwing Zhao out at the front, just saying, look, none of us have buyback. Well, that's all you can really do. It's only Yopage.
I like
now,
this setup.
he is the sole hand.
This is nice. They could get a quick pick off here. Yopage gonna try instantly. Jumps the Undying. Should be easy kill. Q's gonna try and punish them, however. Do you want to keep going forward? You get a pick off. I don't think you want to stay here. They kind of doubled back there. Yopage, Blink, Focus Fire still on cooldown for a little bit. Savage still without the horn. Just gonna walk up the high ground of those Scam. Uh-oh, he could be in trouble. Savage gets a bash, force. Protected once again, but he's deep inside the base. Trying to zone him away.
It's just delaying. This is fine. You know, Neon are doing exactly what they need to do.
Mortimer Kiss is getting chucked out. I mean, Yopage with the BKB, though, is still this dispersion going to work. They're delaying it as much as they can. X gonna drag it back. Do they get connection to the boat? They won't be able to. I guess they get the run buff. They still need to try and turn their attention to the objectives. Yopage really trying to delay it for the Suns and prevents it for the wind run. And the BKB's on cooldown as well, so they're going to drag it back. He's going to buy back. He's going to have to force it out here. Scam gets a grave, a little bit of save. Somehow the Wind Ranger's actually still alive. Dazzle doing an incredible job to give the protection coming through for the Wind Ranger, but it looks like Scam's now pushed up a little bit too far. Magic Lamp is not enough. Dazzle doesn't have a buyback. At least you keep the Wind Ranger alive, but isn't enough. They're delaying this for as long as possible. Now Play on top of the backline, finds a Conker. That's an incredible target. Yopage back in once again. They're able to assassinate top of the backline here. They're doing such a good job from Neon to be able to delay this for as long as possible, and they've held the higher ground. They're going to find 4 heroes from Motivate just back in and out. You see Motivate, they're lacking the control, and they've been able to delay this for the Life Stealer to respawn. Such an incredible job from Neon.
Oh, enjoy your rest from that big team fight, man, because that is so much damage coming through. It just felt like there were 5 different team fights that happened in the span of 20 minutes. They're going for Savage.
They don't have buybacks. Instant Horn is going to go to mid. Zhao up to top now. Savage, although they got the control, they also have the outpost as well. If they can TP to toss back, there's the one side the Roche pit. Play hard. Can he get the follow-up? They're coming through, man. Yopage has got such a high amount of movement speed. They see him as well with the ward. I'm surprised no one TP to the outpost here.
Oh, it's pretty dangerous to try and do so. Anytime Yopage has been nearby this Undying, it's just an instant
Savage.
death.
He doesn't have a TP. He doesn't have a Haunt as well. Yopage's going to be able to catch him out. Savage, he's probably just going to have to try and turn a man fight, but Play hard. He's got the follow control. He's got to be careful because look at the dispersion going to work. They just need to kite him. Where's the rest of the team? Snapfire's going to try and close the distance. Yopage waiting for the focus fire to come back up. There's his back. Motivate Kiss on the back line. Yours going to say this, and now with the shackles as well, just locking Savage in. No, he's going to end up dropping. Look, meanwhile inside the base, Natsumi.
The kill got him the buyback gold though.
Oh, that's massive. At least they can come back alive here, but he doesn't have Haunt. Feeler's going to be back up in 30. Earth Spirit as well is going to be up pretty shortly as well. They need to link up with the Lifestealer here, who's just going to work on the racks.
Dire's top barracks
Man, what do you
has
even
fallen.
buy here on the Dazzle? I feel like, do they go all in? No, I thought maybe he would consider buying like a Boots of Travel, just get straight into the base, assume that the Spectre doesn't have the buyback, and
Well, there
he's
they
gone
go.
back to
Yopaj is
not having one.
hunting. You see how much work he can deal with the Spell Prism, all the abilities. I mean, 0.2 second cooldown on the goddamn win run. Such a busted thing. 25% cooldown reduction on the 25 talent too. He's just such a nuisance this game.
Is that 100% uptime? It basically is, right? Yeah, the 0.2.
I have no idea what
Oh.
just happened in the past like 5 minutes.
People die, people use buyback, level go up, and
Gold go up, gold go down, we get kills. Like the buybacks are almost back up. That's like literally we're fighting for like 7 minutes. Somehow the Dazzles got buyback in a minute 30. And I swear he just bought back like a minute ago.
see Doto.
So much aggression. Look at the ward. Yopaj, he's hunting. He wants to
Just
pick
spinning.
off, finds Q. Nice blink forward, gets the shackle connection. But Earth Spirit's relatively tanky at the moment. They even find Boom Bell as well. Gotta be careful how deep you want to dive on the Wind Ranger. Spectre, gonna be up in 30, but guess what? Roche is up as well. This is gonna be the 4th one. So Aghanim's Refresher Shard. Gonna be able to take this one pretty easily here. This is massive for them too. So who gets the Aghanims, you think?
I mean, who's... Basically everyone has it, right? Like...
Roshan has fallen to the
I would
ring.
say Lifestealer, maybe?
Dire's bottom tower is under
Maybe
attack.
he'll end up getting it. Wind Ranger got it, so he's gonna sell his axe so he can buy another item. Yeah.
Okay.
I
Well,
wouldn't have minded the
Yeah.
the reduced infest cooldown.
Yeah, I was looking at that as well. I was thinking Dazzle, but I'm like, I mean, he's not going to do anything with that. Like, he's not right-clicking no one.
New. It's a struggle to live right now for
Yeah,
Scam.
exactly. Is, you know, getting some abilities off is going to be a little bit rough there. I mean, whew. All right, we got a little bit of breathing. Can relax a little bit, but 48 minutes in and Neon, they got a 6,000 net worth lead. There is a nullifier now picked up, so it's really going to get rid of the defensive factor as play hard. He's hunting. He's got to be careful because Dire, they're going to observe a sentry combo, but he does scout them out and he needs the rest of the team to come forward. Play hard
So
wants to
close to
jump.
having that level 25 as well is going to be important for play hard, just for being able to lock someone down with those 3 tosses. Same thing with Scam, his level 25, the extra bad Juju armor reduction. We've seen how long these team fights are going for, and that'll start to stack up heavily if he's able to just continue living in these fights.
There's also an Abyssal Blade now picked up as well for the Spectre. So yeah, getting a lot of items across the map, but everyone's about to have buyback back up. I mean, Spectre did actually buy out. So Conkers is up in a minute. You got the Snapfires up in a minute 30. Dazzle doesn't have enough. They're still hunting on Radiant. Trying to suffocate them in a portion of the map, but you see Dire controlling around their vision. Play hard. Uh-oh, could be in trouble. Gets the blink before any damage is dealt.
Dire's
They
courier
find Xiao
has been
too.
killed.
They actually want to take the fight here.
tossed
Radiant
him
with the
in.
ward on the higher ground. There we go. Natsumi straight on top of Boom Bell is going to bring him down instantly. They want to continue with the fight. Neon looks like they need a reset, but they're going to be
caught him.
careful because the Abyssal Blade's out. Where's the protection coming through? Scam just in the nick of time, but Natsumi, he's taking way too much damage. He's got the Aegis still to be able to utilize as well. Dual Scepter up, and look at the Ghost Fleet. Stunned down. Tiny going to try and utilize the Spider Legs, gets the cheese off as well, but it's not going to matter. Tiny stuck inside the rib. Scam a little bit too late on the grave, and they'll move forward once again. Savage going to try and deal with the back. Needs the pressure
TP
out
back
the
to
Wind
the
Ranger.
outpost.
There we go. They got the buyback. Natsumi's going to turn with the second life.
Scam's gonna
Patches
die.
back in once again as well, but Scam's going to be careful. Savage going to try and bring him down. Think of the grave. He's just got no help. Going to try and cut him out. Back and forth, but get this on. Savage going to try and get it work, but once again with the stars, the rest of the team, look at the Wind Ranger, just too much damage from him at the moment. Yopaj, it completely controlling up on top of the backline. Savage once again with the Abyssal Blade, but it's just up to his loins himself. Dire, they're forcing the buyback, but they don't have the outpost control. They need the TP to the T2 tower. Savage, he needs some help, and he needs it now. He's going to try and turn, but there's nothing he's able to do. Yopaj is going to be careful with the dispersion, the toss up, and yeah, he's down. He doesn't have a buyback. No, Motivate, can they do it without him though? There's no life still. They're going to try and disengage. Yopaj with the TP out. Snapfire's in trouble. He'll fall as well. Can they hunt for more? However, stuck is play hard. They get him. 4 down from Neon, and they just lose Spectre. It does cost them a lot of buybacks, but look at the base they've thrown. Oh
Dire's
no!
ancient is under
Oh, it's getting so low.
Oh, what's
Run,
happening?
Fearless, do your thing. This
Wind Ranger's
last
coming
little.
actually. Hang on.
Oh,
We could be in trouble. Yopaj wants to end it. Dire, they've got Glyph.
The
They see him
effigy
as
is
well.
the only thing keeping him in the game. Just the catapult's not actually hitting
You
it.
got to do something here. Yopaj
He's
gonna
in-
try.
he's
They've
going
got the
for
Glyph.
it.
They need to pop the Glyph. They need to do it. They do now.
Dire's
Yopaj.
structures are
He can go back
fortified.
in though. Focus fire's up in 10 seconds. Look how fast he moves. They can't catch him. 820 movement speed. Ozfrog, please nerf. He can go back if he wants. They know Glyph is down now. Let's see if they reset. What do they want to do?
Now that this option is available, you can see the priorities. Like Fearless is like, let's not let him TP to anything. I was wondering when he was going to pick up these boots of travel, because even without the win run, he's just running at insane movement speed right now.
He's going another wave. They see him. Fearless?
You could just
They don't
backdoor
care.
this.
Yeah.
You could backdoor.
Well,
Well-
might help him as well. There they go. They're inside the base.
Dire's
They need to do
ancient
something. There's the backdoor. Let's see if the damage is going to be enough. The TP is instantly.
Just kites
Okay.
him back.
They could have got the kill on Fearless there if they wanted. I mean, it would have been difficult, but he was alone for a while. Right, it gives Motivate some breathing room though. So they'll shove out the lanes, not let the Wind Ranger TP'd out.
Nearly about to hit 30, by the way, on our Spectre. So,
Jesus.
I mean, it's not that big of a difference, honestly. Like, the Haunt Illusion damage is nice. 5 all stats, pretty non-impactful, but it's always a scary prospect to be going up against this sort of thing. It might even be getting to the point where Rapiers need to come into the equation for, I would say, Fearless, first and foremost, just to try and one-shot people. No Blade Mails right now on Neon, so can't be punished that hard.
Again, Yopaj, they're infested up. Uh-oh, well this might be
Oh,
enough
this
because
is
they're
it.
going to have the bonus damage from Natsumi as well. Instantly coming forward.
instant.
Invisibly, they might actually get punished here.
Natsumi!
He's in trouble. They need some extra help. Yopaj can't do
Yopaj!
it by himself though. They need to get a top in with the BKB. They're going to be able to do it. Yopaj, no! The heck! It's just a
Oh my God!
Holds. Oh,
They got
no.
buybacks. They got buybacks.
Send
Look
it
at the
down.
lines.
Send
Look
it
at the
down.
map.
Oh my God, but that's Haunt. That's Haunt now down. I mean, it's for 120. He doesn't have gold though. You really need Refresher, it feels like.
Has he just bought anything on Spectre? No, it's just the clarities. I thought maybe if he
No?
had the money,
How long
you
do you
could
have to
buy
know
an
for?
Acceptor just to be able to get back with that.
That's
God, I
true.
don't even know what it's
Yeah.
called. The Shadow Rift or whatever it is.
Shadow Step? Shadow Step, yep. Alright, well,
It's scary. Lanes are nowhere near the base.
at
That's
least the
all that
Lifestealer...
Nevermind is doing.
Yeah, at least the Lifestealer and Wind Ranger have buyback as well. Up the high ground they go. Motivate.
I don't think there's any point in defending this tier 3. You just need
Yeah,
to bank
absolutely
on
no chance.
a 2
You
deep
don't want
dive.
to buy back. And, well,
Scam, he's in trouble. He's hexed.
here's the dive. Yopaj gonna buy back. They want to retreat instantly, or do they commit 4 for more on top of the backline here? They're trying to chase
Savage is back towards the
He's got to
fountain.
be careful, but they're on top of him with the toss
He's in the
inside the
fountain.
fountain as well. Savage is in immense amount of trouble here.
No
but
buyback.
He doesn't have buyback, and they continue to chase more to be kisses. Slows down Fearless. He's in trouble here. Motivate, they're still hanging around as well. I think you just need to try and reset this because Fearless is ultra dead. Now they find the rest of the target as well. Motivate, they did disengage. You need to somehow get out of here, but it's too late. Q, Boombell, they're going to try and do whatever they can, but it looks like it might not be enough. They even find the rest. No buybacks available, and this might just be it. As Neon, they forced them to dive too deep there, and they're going to punish them. I mean, Undying's got that 25 reincarnation, but it's not gonna matter. It looks like Neon will finally crack them. No one's got buyback. That's all she wrote. Oh my lord.
What a game. What a game. Finally, I get my 2 kills a minute game. And I knew it was going to happen. This is going to be the one if there was any. And very rare that you see a Dazzle lineup go to this stage of the game and still pull it out, especially against a Spectre. God damn. These little plays that they were able to pull off, and it wasn't even perfect execution either from either team. They finally call the GG, not even giving them the satisfaction of taking down the Ancient on their own. But GG's called 1-1 this series goes, and
victory.
man, even across the board, all across the BTS Pro Series for the Southeast Asian region, this brings Neon to 3-5, I believe, level with Motivate as well. Man, any team can beat another on its day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we've seen a lot of tied series here with the best of twos, and I love that call from you though at the last fight. Yeah, you literally said, I mean, if Motivate dive, that's kind of the only way they really feel pressured. Like Neon don't want to contest that tier 3, and what do Motivate do? They literally dive. Savage gets tossed back in the well. That's the worst scenario that could come out from them. They did such a good job, but in the end, I mean, we're getting some pretty goddamn crazy games the past couple of days.
Yeah, getting a little lucky. We always enjoy the fun that C Dota can give us, and yeah, I mean, it goes to show how powerful these level 25 talents can be. That Tiny doesn't have 3 tosses, they might not win that game. Honestly, like there's probably no way that Savage dies without that extra fountain damage. Oof.
Man, oh man, yeah, we need a break. I mean, that was quite an intense game. Next series, we're gonna have TNC taking on Vice. So we're gonna try and rest the voice for a little bit until that next series is gonna be ready to go. If it's anything like this one, it's gonna be another cracker. So you guys don't want to miss it. TNC up against Vice is our next one.